It was 2021, the year after the COVID lockdown, and I couldn't get information on what had transpired at government meetings. I also was biking all over town for fun, and everywhere I turned, there was a story. I decided we needed to tell those stories, and I was in a unique position to do so. A former journalist, it was my time to revive those skills and start the Daily Catch. After a few months, I hired our first real reporter, and together he and I dug into the basic stories, how our schools function, how government works, who are the local businesses, and then we started to dig into some really important enterprise pieces. On May 19th at 2 a.m., a terrible fire engulfed the barn of the largest vegetable farm in our community. Our job was not only to cover the news, but also to ensure that readers understood the fire's devastating impact. We also wanted to show how 13 volunteer fire companies fought this blaze. Because we live in a rural area, they had to find a water source urgently. That job fell to the farm's irrigation master, Edros Guerra of Guatemala, who tapped into a small pond behind the farm.
I think it's important that the Daily Catch is doing a lot of articles on the rural community, allowing people to understand what it is to live in a rural community. It's important that the Daily Catch is doing a lot of articles on the rural community.
And in December 2023, we broke the story that our county legislature was planning to truncate the northern end of the only bus route that serves these rural parts. The impact would be devastating, especially for the disabled, for senior citizens, and for others who rarely have their voices heard.
And I think what we see with the Daily Catch is a real attempt to democratize access, to apply journalistic standards to the news in our community so that the news has the sort of dignity and care.
As a result of our coverage, more than 100 community members turned out for an emotional public hearing. Days later, the county executive decided to save the route.
After 3 years, we've really knitted ourselves into the fabric of our community by covering stories in a way that people trust and by hitting topics that people really care about. In the years ahead, we're going to continue to power the engine of local news in what was formerly a news desert, telling the stories of our community with accuracy, passion, and care.